As you know that purine composed of A and G, and pyrimidine composed of C and T. When we talk about DNA, we are talking about DNA. So in pyrimidine, adenine, and uracil, right? So if a transition happens, okay, so G will be replaced by A, or A will be replaced by G, vice versa, right? Or C will be replaced by T, or T will be replaced by C. So let's see an example. If we have a sequence, for instance, A, T, G, and C, okay, so if purine are getting substituted, then it will be like A, T, A, C, right? So here it was G was changed to A, right? So purine to purine, or let's take the same example, A, T, G, and C. If it becomes A, T, G, and T, for instance, so C is replaced by T. If such things happen, that will consider as transition. Okay, let's see next. Next is transversion. In transversion, purine is replaced by pyrimidine, or pyrimidine is replaced to purine, right? So the thing is that, you know, purine again is A and G, and pyrimidine is C and T, right? So if A is replaced by T, or G is replaced by C, that we will say as transversion. For example, we have again A, T, G, and C, okay, and if it is changed to T, T, and G, and C, so you see there is a change, right? Purine becomes pyrimidine, or A, T, G, and C can become A, T, G, and G. So you see there's a change, right? So this will be called as transversion. Then insertion. Insertion is one or more extra nucleotide are added, right? Let's take the same example, A, T, G, C we have, and for instance, here I added two nucleotide, T, G, C. So see, we added two nucleotide, that will be insertion. So insertion increases the number of nucleotide. Or deletion, for example, again we have A, T, G, and C. So for instance, G is deleted, so it will be A, T, and C. So G is gone. That will be also be a mutation, right? But how the mutation reflects the outcome, for that you have to understand about transcription and translation. So once you finish transcription, translation, it will be more easier for you to understand this outcome. Then silent or synonymous. Synonymous there is a change, right? But the change didn't bring the change in amino acid, right? For example, let's see an example. We have a sequence A, T, G, C, and A, again A, T, G, C. Okay, and now what happened? A, T, G, C, and then A, say G, followed by same A, T, G, C. So this AAA codes for lysine, right? And there is a nucleotide substitution. You can see is a transition where A is replaced by G, right? A is replaced by G, but interestingly this sequence will be also coding lysine, right? So since the amino acid sequence is same, so there is no outcome because of this mutation. So this mutation is called as silent mutation. So here is written that no change in the amino acid encoded. So amino acid type encoded will not change, it will stay as same. Okay. Okay, then missense. Okay, when we have missense, then the meaning will change. Okay, sense is changed, that's why missense. Okay, for example, again we have ATGC, ATGC, and if we have CAC, and again then ATGC, then let's again write ATGC followed by CAA, then ATGC, right? CAA. So this one is substituted, right? Okay, so now what? CAC codes for histidine. It codes for histidine. However, CAA code for glycine. So you see the amino acid type of amino acid is changed because of a change in nucleotide. So such kind of mutation will be known as missense or non-synonymous mutation. There is a change in amino acid, as I given that this one original should be histidine, however mutated gives you glycine. Then nonsense. Okay, so nonsense mutation, what happens if we have a sequence like A, T, G and C followed by U, G, U followed by A, T, G and C, and a mutation happens which makes A, T, G, C into U, G, U, G, A followed by same ATGC, right? So this is original, this is mutated, right? So original was making cysteine, amino acid, but you see that there is a change in nucleotide. Instead of U there is an A, and that's why it's a stop signal, right? So that will be say as nonsense or termination. So here the translation stops here. Okay, but to understand these things, this kind of thing, you should have a good knowledge on transcription and translation. Without knowing transcription and translation, it will be hard for you to understand the concept behind the types of mutation. Okay, so what I recommend you, when you finish molecular inheritance, then come back again and then go through it. That will be a good one, right? Okay, then frameshift. So in frameshift mutation, there is a change in the sequence of or the frame, right? For example, if we have a sequence ACG, ACG and ACG and then ACG and so on. Okay, so if we add or remove one nucleotide, for example, if you see here, yes, everything is ACG, ACG, ACG and ACG, right? So if you add or remove a nucleotide, the whole story changes. For example, if I add one nucleotide, ACG, then I am adding one T here, T followed by again ACG, ACG and then ACG. Okay, so ACG code for an amino acid called threonine, amino acid called threonine, and you know that they code, the reading system is triple triple. So here is triple, fine, then it's changing, you see, it's changing, right? So because of the change, this will be threonine, fine, but rest of the thing will be changing, and because of the change, the whole amino acid sequence will change, right? That will be known as Frameshift mutation. Okay, then there are two classes of gene mutation. Let's see. One is mutation that is affecting a single base pair, and the mutation that is altering the number of copies of small repeats, right, within the gene. Okay, so first is point mutation. So point mutation refers to alteration of single base pair of DNA or a small number of adjacent base pair, that will be known as point mutation. We already saw point mutation, right? Addition, deletion, Frameshift mutation. Okay, so types of point mutation, here you can see that they categorize in two. One is base pair substitution and base pair insertion or deletion. So substitution, we already saw, it may be purine substitution or purine substitution. Insertion or deletion may change the total number of nucleotide in a sequence, right? So here you can see it's a wild type, right, and they are producing an amino acid, right? So if there is a, say, transition or transversion, we see transition when purine is replaced by purine. For example, A is replaced by T or G is replaced by C. Okay, that will be transition. And transversion, if A is replaced by G or T is replaced by C, or purine is replaced by pyrimidine or pyrimidine is replaced by purine, that will be known as transverse mutation. Okay, and then we have deletion or insertion. Insertion or deletion, like insertion or deletion, together we call them as indel mutation. Okay, then substitution mutation of indel mutation affects the translation because the number sequence will change as they are reading in triplet code. So insertion or deletion will change the sequence of triplet code, and because of which the amino acid sequence will change. Okay, then there is a synonymous or silent mutation. We already saw that if there is a change of nucleotide, but that nucleotide do not change the kind of amino acid, it is known as silent mutation. And non-synonymous or missense, if there is a change and that change brings the change in amino acid, that will be known as synonymous mutation. Okay, and nonsense mutation, if the mutation brings a stop codon, okay, that will be known as termination, lead to termination, which is known as nonsense mutation. Frameshift mutation, if the frameshift, for example, like I show you, here it is given TGT, then CGT. Okay, because of the change, there is an addition, there is change the sequence, right? So that will be known as Frameshift mutation. Then mutagenic agents next. Okay, mutagenic agents are those agents which causes mutation. So first time it was studied by Muller in 1927 in Drosophila using physical mutagen. Okay, so physical mutagens, for example, using temperature, radiation such as X-rays, gamma rays, alpha rays, beta rays, neutrons, cosmic rays, radioactive isotopes, ultraviolet rays are used as physical mutagens to produce mutation in various plants and animals. See, they are high energy, penetrable radiation, they can break the bonds, and because of which there may be insertion or deletion of nucleotide leading to a mutation. Then temperature, if you increase the temperature, the rate of mutation increases. While rising the temperature breaks the hydrogen bond. You know that they contain GC contain hydrogen bond, right? A and T contain double hydrogen bond, and G and C contain triple hydrogen bond. And if you raise the temperature, there are chances they will break out. And because of the breakout, a new pair will be formed that may lead to formation of mutation. Okay, that will affect replication and transcription. Then radiation. So radiation are classified into two types: ionizing radiation and non-ionizing radiation. So ionizing radiation are shorter wavelength and carry enough higher energy to ionize the electron from atom. Example: X-ray, gamma ray, alpha ray, beta ray, cosmic rays, which breaks the chromosomes. That and they causes mutation. Non-ionizing radiation, like such as UV rays, have longer wavelength and they carry lower amount of energy. So they have lower penetrating power than ionizing radiation. It is used to treat unicellular microorganisms, spores, pollen grains which possess nuclei located near the surface of membrane. Okay, then there's an example, for example, Sharbati Sonora, right? And Sharbati Sonora is a mutant variety of wheat. They produced or developed by Mexican variety Sonora 64 by irradiating by gamma rays, and this was done by MS Swaminathan, who is known as father of Indian Green Revolution. Just remember for your exam. Then there is a Castor Aruna. It's a mutant variety of Castor, which was developed by treatment of seeds with thermal neutron in order to induce very early maturity, right? Like instead of 270 days, it was ready in 120 days. Then chemical mutagens. So chemical mutagens which induce mutations, or chemicals that induces mutations, are called chemical mutagens. So examples are mustard gas, nitrous acid, ethyl and methyl methane, sulphonate, right? Ethyl urethane, magnous salt, formaldehyde, eosin, enthrosine. Okay, example given is nitrous oxide alter the nitrogenous bases of the DNA and disturbs the replication and transcription that leads to formation of incomplete and defective polypeptide during translation. Comutagens. So co-mutagens. Okay, the two, if you add something more, the rate of mutation increases and enhances. The compound which are not having own mutagenic property but can enhance the effect. You don't have, like we have a compound which not causes mutation, but if you add with a mutagen, it increases capacity. For example, ascorbic acid increases the damage caused by hydrogen peroxide, or caffeine increases the toxicity caused by methotrexate. These are examples. Some examples given in the book, like mustard gas used as chemical weapon in World War I. Muller first time used X-ray to induce mutation in fruit fly. Stadler reported induced mutation in plant by using X-rays, and chemical mutagenesis was first reported by Auerbach in 1944.